video is rated B+.
Welcome back. This is part 2 for the Money in the Bank and Raw review. Raw in review? Raw in review. I like that. Yeah.
I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah, no, so we're in this episode we're going to obviously be covering off on what happened on Raw that happened today, being for us a Tuesday, for America a Monday. So I think fucking first off, let's get straight into down and dirty. Moving past the initial promo of Ambrose getting a huge welcome, then Reigns and Ambrose staking their claim, and then
the taxi thing was funny.
And then Shane coming out.
I thought it was cool that, like, I always love it when a crowd chants "You deserve it."
You deserved it.
Yep.
And he really does.
He
deserve
really,
it.
really does.
He really does. The promo again, like, I have to say it. I know we've spoke about it, but I have to say that when Reigns comes out and says, "Shut up and drink your beer," like, what is he? What is he? Yeah,
A fucking asshole.
What are they pushing?
You have a vagina! It's like, you're not punk, alright? Like,
like, he's just a fucking dick.
He really is.
He's just a dick. Like, the crowd have paid their money to watch a show. They want to chant what they want to chant.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be a dick to him, you're a heel.
Yeah.
That's what
You're
you
a
are.
bad guy.
That's
If
what you are.
if you were like Batista in ECW, like, 10 years ago, or it was, 8 or 9 years ago, and you can't handle being booed if you're a face, you are a bad face. You need to be able to either deal with it, move forward, and use it,
Correct.
or like there needs to be like,
Yeah.
This
whole episode's gonna make me mad.
I'm telling you now.
We don't want to
Well,
elaborate on it.
Like, no, like, I think, I agree, but I honestly felt like the other two kind of took away, like, having the other two interrupt took away from Ambrose and his moment.
Yeah,
like, it felt like,
I
I felt like his
understand.
promo wasn't long enough. I felt like him talking about, I felt like he didn't give enough backstory about how close he's always been and then never quite gotten there. Like, he should have mentioned, like, oh, Rollins is always saying how he carried the company on his back for, the better part of a year.
Yeah.
But who was there right with him doing that?
Yeah.
I was always
'Cause
right
he was there, like,
I was, like, you remember, like, going back, like...
and even when he got injured, man,
Dude.
like, Ambrose was
still right there.
arguably the top
Look at
babyface.
look at what was it? Extreme Rules, like when they had that cage match.
Yeah.
And then
that
Bray
kept
came out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that match was like highlight of the year almost.
That was a good
And
match.
and you're thinking about, like, no, I think everyone tends to forget that, like, because remember, Raw is like, everything that happened last week doesn't exist. It
Nothing
never happened. It's just like,
ever
well,
happened.
well, actually, if you remember back a year ago, like, Ambrose was right there, like, for the whole time.
Everything,
And when it really comes down for the end of the day, like, and look, like, I can see you were like, actually, no, yeah, you're right, I've forgotten about that. Like, Ambrose was right there for majority of that feud. It was one of the hottest feuds of the year, and it was like, why didn't they pull the trigger? Like, they were going to. They're like, and then didn't. And it's just, and now it's at the point where they have.
I
And
lost hope when Rollins got injured. I thought Ambrose was the guy that they should have given the title to.
oh, I
Yes.
absolutely
And
agree.
I think
He
the
was
universe
so-
agrees
The
with you.
universe did,
Yeah.
exactly right.
And the crazy thing is, he
When-
managed to remain so goddamn
He did,
hot,
yeah.
even after that injury, even after they
And
went, oh, Reigns is
when
the
they
guy.
when they put Reigns in the spot and they made Sheamus cash in, to me I was
That
like,
made me happy.
to me
And
I
sad.
was like,
Yeah.
to me I was honestly like, these guys have no idea what the fans want. They have no idea. They can hear it, but they have no idea.
No idea.
And then when they announced the match for Roadblock, where Triple H was going to face Ambrose
Yes.
for the title, I was like, this could be a possible swerve. Like,
Yeah, they could pull a fast one and we could
Ambrose
have
wins
like,
this, and then they have a triple threat going into Mania for the title.
Which would have been a lot better
Which would have been
booking wise. Easy.
It would have
Yeah,
been,
it
yeah.
would,
But anyway, look, we're getting a bit off topic. Ambrose, he does deserve it. I'm glad he's got it. Next segment, Zayn and Owens re-going,
Yeah, so
restarting the rivalry.
it's more of a reintroduction.
Yeah,
so,
well, that's
like,
Remember,
people-
guys, we hate each other's guts.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's not just that.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen it ever since Zayn got to the main roster. Like, when he showed up, Owens was like,
He's
"Why
bitter.
are you here?"
He's bitter. He's like,
And-
get out of my town.
And it's amazing to me that, like, it hurts me to say it, but Zayn's character, like, who are you?
He's
You
an
do.
underdog.
Daniel
it's not even that.
Bryan too.
But it's not even that. Like, Daniel Bryan still had character and great promos. He started the Yes movement. Sami Zayn just does really good in-ring work. He's almost like Dolph Ziggler, where his character needs something. To me, like, I love Sami Zayn, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love the whole, like, how he's so loved in that. But, like, there's a very big reason why Owens got to the roster first.
Ooh,
I agree.
Character-wise,
I do
and look, and Sami Zayn, I like, you know, he is fantastic. Do not get me wrong. I'm not shitting on anything that he's ever done in his career. He's had a fantastic career, but there's just something about his character to me that he needs to make him be on par with Owens. Because in ring, he absolutely is, but when it comes to promos and stuff, he's a little bit like, I'm Canadian and I have a red beard and wear a driver's cap
And
I
somehow
have a
I'm also Iranian or some shit.
but also my music is fucking amazing. It's like, well, yeah, you're right.
Fedora punk music.
But who are you? Like, who is Sami Zayn? And I think they need to have that. It needs to be on the Ambrose Asylum, or it needs to be on some sort of, like, even I'll even take Miz TV. have the Miz be like, who is Sami Zayn, and have that almost like a spiraling conflict within himself, where he's like, it's been
he needs
so
a
long.
24 special.
This is where honestly, guys, this is where titles make a difference here.
Absolutely.
Like, if Zayn was to win like an IC title, and just see where he goes with it, you know, there's no risk in giving him that title.
It's a mid-card
Give him the
title.
title.
Yeah.
Like, as terrible as that sounds.
No,
You
but
know
it's
he's
true,
gonna, You know he's going to work his ass off. He's going to have good
Put on
matches.
good matches, yeah.
If you give him the title and let him run with the ball, like give him the ball, let him run with it, and let him cut a few promos as the IC champ, see how he goes. You know, see what happens.
Who holds that title right now?
The Miz.
Where is he?
He's shooting a movie.
Shooting a movie, being a cunt with his fucking
Can
ugly
we
wife.
please have
Sorry.
a fucking segment where Owens attacks him on set for the title with a ref, and then comes back with the title? No, but could you imagine?
fucking deserve it.
But could you imagine the spark that would ignite under those two feuding? Because I said this a couple of episodes ago, I'm pretty sure, saying that they need a title, they need something to feud over. Just them fighting. Like, no offense to WWE, it's been done. Like, if you know anything about Kevin Steen and El Generico, like, you've seen it a million times. And yes, we don't get sick of it. But
for me,
I want them to fight. I want them a reason to fight.
For me, it's just this, man. Like, as long as there's no title involved, that match, as good as it is, and as much as we want to see,
It's Apollo Creed and Sheamus.
No, not so much that, but it's going to be bumped down the card because there's no stipulation.
Yeah.
There's no means to an end. There's no title.
There's nothing to fight
there's
for.
nothing
It's
to
a
fight
singles
for.
match
That's
on the
the
back
thing,
of
like,
the
and you can have the history
so
of
it
these
could
two.
be like, as sad as it is to say, I would hate to think that Owens and Zayn get bumped to the pre-card.
Oh god.
That would upset me a lot because they're two
Look,
great
I've
workers.
never hit a friend before, but I'm coming close. You know what I mean? Like,
it's one of those things.
It's
where,
a fear, like it could happen.
Because there's no US title, because there's no IC title, it may happen. They may get bumped to the pre-show, and we may end up seeing a shit thing like fucking Rusev and Titus over that. And it's like, come on, man, I don't want to see that shit.
Look, I think. Oh, sorry. I think the issue is.
Is that a yawn?
Yeah, I did 13 hours today. Shut up. I think that, look, when it comes down, you are 100% right. They need something to feud over, and I like I said, like as dreamy as it would be to see Kevin Owens rock up on set, and just that would be so funny to me. But look, them feuding in that, I swear to God, on Battleground, if they do the vignette where it's like these two have been doing it forever, rah rah rah. I don't want that culmination to happen. I want that to be over the fucking World Heavyweight title.
Yeah.
I want that to be at Mania or SummerSlam.
Exactly.
No, it's not going to happen this year.
What if they do beard versus hair match?
Oh, fuck off.
No one wants beard versus weight match.
Righto.
You lose weight or I lose my beard. Like, alright, well, give me
Righto,
6 months.
Righto, Rusev. Like, fuck off. And speaking of Kevin Owens' weight, he has dropped a shitload.
Oh yeah, if you look at the comparison, look at Bray Wyatt.
Bray's looking fresh.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I think that's not our next thing, but we'll skip the one after it to just go to that. So Wyatt's family's back, minus Eric Rowan because he's still out with that terrible fucking
Harper.
Oh, sorry, yeah, Harper.
I made it you last week. You made a mistake this week. Interchangeable guys.
Interchangeable guys. What injury was it that he got?
Shoulder.
It was a shoulder. So
it was shoulder mania.
The terrible shoulder injury that he had. And It is.
I
It
actually thought
feels.
it was knee with Harper.
I
No,
thought it was too. I was going to say knee, but then
maybe-
I had to confirm.
Hang on, I thought it was the Samoan drop he went down to. He went down on the Samoan
look,
drop.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
either way,
I
he's
feel-
out of the shot.
He
for
got
injury.
fucked up. That's all that matters.
But is it just me? The White family feel really incomplete without him.
Yeah.
Mask
You know what I mean?
doesn't look
It's
good as
because
mask face mask.
Yeah.
What
You need
is
those
missing
eyes.
is Bray is a great worker, but Harper's a really good worker. Man.
Oh.
He's like a 6'5"
Yeah.
solid worker.
I would
Like,
agree he has
if you
had a
know what,
belt.
a few years back, him and Ziggler's IC title match. Fuck
Oh
me,
my
man.
god, that
Ooh,
was
yeah.
at what? What was that at? TLC, wasn't it?
Was it TLC or was it Money in the Bank? I think you might be right. I think it might be TLC.
I think I thought it was TLC
I think it was TLC.
2014.
I think it was TLC. Yeah, it might have been 14.
God, that was a good match
That was
though.
a
Yeah.
great
That,
match.
because I
Surprisingly
remember
good match.
Everyone was
I
saying
remember.
like it stole the show, and
Well,
it
that's
really
a
did.
work,
Because
that's
that was
a workers match. Man.
that was when they
That's a
split
workers
it. I
match.
remember, right? That's when they
Yeah.
split the family up. So it was 2014.
Yeah.
Correct. That's a workers match, and
I
it's
love
like,
that.
man, like that's what the White family's missing, because it was cool that you had a guy like Bray who was kept protected while guys like Harper were in the ring working their ass off
Yes.
protecting him, you know.
Well, Bray is the
And now
kind
you
of
don't have it. You got two guys. Like, look, they've only just returned, so they haven't actually done anything physical. But you know he's in there now. He's gonna have Rowan and fucking Strowman,
Yeah.
who they're big
They're
stiff
bruisers,
guys.
yeah.
They're not gonna work. Like they're not workers like Harper is.
Harper.
But see, like, and the thing I like about Bray is everyone's been screaming for Bray to have some sort of title on him. He doesn't need
it.
titles.
God no.
He can lead a stable who has titles. Like, I'd love to see the tag championships back on the roll on the
DBRC.
White family.
Like, just have it and just be like, you're mine, and then just, thank you.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
exactly.
From, so, yeah.
like, I would love to see that. And
I don't know,
but
man.
I think
think Bray needs a title. Like he's been on the main roster for 3 years now.
he hasn't
needs
won a single title.
He needs a fucking title. It's ridiculous.
I think
He's so wasted.
Hasn't won a single feud either, sadly.
He's a character,
Really.
like, you know, I've seen
Think
so many
about
times people say, like, should he be a face, should he be a heel? Yeah, man,
he doesn't need to be either. He's like he's the Undertaker.
The
Yeah.
entrance that he has,
He's-
that's a babyface
oh.
entrance.
Oh,
You
that's
shoot,
awesome.
you shoot the crowd, and they're all holding their phones up. You don't shoot the crowd unless they're a babyface. So it's like you're watching the reaction of fans
Yes.
get invested in a character.
And they
Holding
were
their
saying,
phones
oh,
up.
look at him. Oh, he's brainwashed all these people.
He's a
that,
character
like,
babyface.
yeah.
He's a character babyface. That's what he is. He needs to be portrayed as a character babyface. Even if he's a heel, right? Book him as a monster heel or book him as a character babyface.
Yep.
Let people get invested in him. Book him against guys like Rusev. Let him have a US title run, you know? Let him do something. Give him some significance. Let him destroy the Miz, you know? Let
Yeah,
him do
please
something.
destroy the
Say,
place.
let's have an IC title match. Bray, I come back. I want to run for a title. Kill the Miz and just take the title and say, this guy's a joke. I'm going to give you a champion
yeah.
to be proud of, you know?
Well, I honestly think that the return very well done. I fucking am
No, that's
livid.
fine.
Yeah, I am livid. I got myself a cold one because fuck you. I am livid that the New Day had
Yes.
that WWE had the balls to let them interrupt that, because like this whole new thing where Bray Wyatt's like doing the whole run thing. I fucking love that. That makes me so happy. And the first people they should have taken on, and as much as you'll probably hate me, the Vaudevillains, because.
It makes sense.
It would have. They want to be the strong man. They want to prove that they're strong man. They're a gimmick at a time, and like I think Wyatt would love to be like you are the past. You can't be the future unless you're like when you're the past sort of deal, and do that whole cryptic thing, and then just like literally eat them. Like he needs to be like people need to be reminded that the Wyatt family are a fucking force to be reckoned with.
Oh, yeah.
Because I actually almost think you're right. They haven't won enough feuds.
They haven't won a feud.
man.
They haven't won a feud, ever. Like, they won nothing.
And they need to Rusev them. They need to just
Yeah.
build these bad boys up into a fucking train that will not stop.
That
And
won't
it,
stop.
For me,
and
dude,
it
it's
needs
like,
to wreck house. And they have the potential. The potential is
when,
there in Bray
just
Wyatt.
before he got injured, they were starting to turn them face. They had them against the League of Nations. They had them come out randomly.
They
I was
had
there.
The Rock
Yeah.
I
put
was
them
there.
over.
I was
Yeah.
there in Texas. I watched them come out and destroy the League of Nations
Yeah.
on Barrett's last ever Raw, or whatever it was.
Oh,
And
Barrett.
it was like, man, they're turning him face. He gets injured. It's unfortunate. But if you're going to continue with them being face, don't let them feud against the New Day. They're like the most loved act in WWE at the moment.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
Yep.
He comes out and he says, "Did you miss me?" The crowd goes, ah, and then the fucking.
Of course we did.
Then the New Day come in and they go, "Oh, Wyatt family." It's like, come on, man.
And then
Like,
they had the
Don't give them the New Day because we all know.
Don't wait,
that
and
the New
also
Day-
don't also waste them on the New Day either.
we
Like,
all
that's
know.
right,
We
yeah.
all know that the New Day is gonna surpass London and Kendrick's
Yes.
record as the longest reigning modern tag team. Does it cross over? I'll be interested to know, and someone let me know, please. Does it happen before or after Battleground? Because if it happens before,
it happens at
maybe the White family are going over at Battleground. If that's the feud that they're going to build to.
Yeah,
But that doesn't make
man.
sense to me because like the White family. See,
Doesn't
this
make
is
sense.
what I
It's
hate.
so confusing.
This is what I hate about returns, and this will tie us into our next point. But before we get to what I'm going to say, I need to point out the fact that they do not mesh at all in a
God,
feud.
no.
It's disgusting. The
Ha, ha,
White
ha,
family
woo,
aren't
and
even.
it doesn't
Yeah,
make sense.
it doesn't at all, and it's polar opposites, and they should. And to be honest, they should never be near each other.
God, no. Yeah,
But
absolutely.
okay, so tying into to tie us into our next point is returns. Now, one big thing I hate about returns, unless you're a returning champion from injury that you had to vacate the title due to injury, why the fuck do you think you have the balls to come back to a title picture? The Wyatt family came back, right, and they were like, "We're back, cool, build them back up." Don't immediately insert them in the title picture when you have an act as hot as Enzo and Cass and a feud that everyone wants to see. Let
I
alone
agree.
that, not even to, and even if you have an act like the Club, where if you would put them in that title run picture, and if you even gave them the titles, everyone starts guessing. When's AJ gone for the?
Yeah,
for,
when's he
you know,
gonna get
when's
champion?
Balor come up to take it? When are we going to see the full
The
full
full-
club with the champion?
Oh God, I'm so excited
Look,
for that
so-
fucking moment.
And I honestly think WWE will do that at some point.
Yes.
At some point they will. But
I think it
I
won't
think-
happen until after the brand split, though. Like,
agreed.
it's
No,
gonna
absolutely
be-
agree. But I'm just
Yeah.
talking like hypothetically here. But what I'm saying is I don't agree and I don't understand this ideal booking that WWE does where they go, you're back, you're liked, have a go at the title. That's when like guys like I think Kevin Owens, like if Randy comes back and he has a stake at this bullshit fucking Shield thing, Kevin Owens should be immediately like, who are you? Why are you here? You've been out for months, getting more skull tattoos or whatever, as Kevin Owens would definitely say.
I bet that'll be exactly what he fucking
and,
says too.
and you know, and
Being a snake or whatever.
you know, and go from there. Like I honestly think that would fit Kevin Owens' character, but
Yes.
like just hypothetically, but I don't agree with you're a liked person. You've come back from injury. This is a big thing. Have a title shot. I don't
Yeah.
like that. I'm thinking more along the lines of like when Sami Zayn came back. I was like, I'm back. Yay, I'm back. I was an injured champion, or I got injured and then lost the championship. You know, and then Rigo comes out and goes Nakamura. It's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you know, you
That
earn
just
that sort of
goes,
shit.
in fairness, man, that just goes back to you got a guy like Triple H, who's a pro wrestling guy, or you got a guy like Vince McMahon, who's a sports entertainment guy. So
Yes.
when you got the guy who loves wrestling, he understands psychology and whatnot.
Yeah.
He wants the guy to get re-established before he gets a title shot.
Yep.
We got a guy like Vince who says, "Oh, he's returning. Let's give him the title shot."
Yeah.
You know? Which ties into our next point.
Sasha Banks.
is back.
But she deserves it. So
But yes, she does deserve it, man.
And
This is something that I've been saying since fucking Mania. If if you've watched the last few, I'm going to say about the last 5 weeks now. So look back to Memorial Day, Cena returning, right? They do the minutes tribute at the front of the stage. All the wrestlers are there. Sasha's there in her ring gear. She's there in her ring gear, ready to go. Yep, she's there.
Wow.
I noticed it straight away. Then, a few weeks later, the terrible Orlando tragedy, right?
Yep.
She's there in her ring gear again. And I'm thinking, why the fuck is she not being used?
Yeah.
Because she's there in her ring gear, right?
She'd be there on standby. They bring most of her
Exactly,
in
yeah.
their gear on standby.
But
all the
instead of like, they had the other week where Natty is getting destroyed by those two girls, whatever, Charlotte and Dana, and they make Becky make the save. Alright,
Why
Becky
not,
makes the
Sasha?
save. But
Thank you.
how much better would it have been if fucking, instead of Natty turning heel, they would have made Natty and Becky lose, and then they're getting a beat down,
And then here comes
then
the boss,
Sasha
yeah.
comes out and makes the save, and then Sasha says, "I'm the boss. I want a match. I want a one-on-one match." give her a one-on-one match at Battleground.
Yeah.
Make her lose by shenanigans. Make Dana fucking,
Get on, yeah.
whatever. And then at SummerSlam, make the revisit from Mania. Make Becky, Sasha, Charlotte.
Yes.
SummerSlam rematch.
Well,
Fuck yeah.
we need to talk about the women's division quickly. How far has it fallen so fast? But not only that, and
Is Paige arrested or what?
You're gonna love
Do we
this.
know if Paige is
We'll get to that in a sec, but we will. What we need to talk about right
I'll
now.
just confirm that before we. Yeah.
Can we just talk about the fact that, and it pains me to say it because I love her so much, Becky's the only face in the women's division who is relevant.
Yep.
Well, Sasha's
She's back now.
She's
but
back.
Pre-Sasha, because Natty's just turned heel, essentially.
Yeah.
Fucking
Paige
hasn't, but she hasn't been on TV for a long
No,
time.
well, she's the anti-diva as well. Like, she's
she's stone cold. You know, and
although she did kind of put Sasha over tonight. Like Sasha came out and made the save, and then she fucking.
But you cannot definitively say she is a good guy.
Yeah,
like,
and
you could make Natty
Alicia
before.
Fox is a face, but she's not on TV.
And fucking useless.
And Nikki Bella's
She's
retired. No,
useless.
Bree's retired, so Nikki Knockers
Nikki's
wherever the fuck she is.
Yeah.
So realistically, on the roster you got right now, Dana Brooke heel, Charlotte heel, Natty heel. Who else we got fucking there?
To be honest,
that's the women's division is like I can almost count the biggest stars in the women's division on one hand.
Yeah.
Like, you can, and it's just like what. We had the Divas. What happened? What happened?
To me, I would have liked to have seen Sasha comes out to make the save. Paige just had a title shot for seemingly no apparent reason on Raw, and then when Sasha comes out to make the save, have Paige just be like, "What the fuck are you doing out here?" Push her or something, and then have Sasha just drop her on the spot and just be like, "I'm not a face, I'm not a heel, and I'll fuck you up because I'm the boss. I'm the boss."
But that's straight right to Dana, though.
Yeah, I will say though, but I believe that
stiff as fuck.
Stiff as dick. Yeah, I think the reason that it's been said by a few people.
AJ's shots on Cena at Money in the Bank was stiff as fuck.
Hey, Money in the Bank's dead. It's behind us.
It's funny because someone said a while back. I can't remember who it was, but they were like, "Oh, the reason that why is it that all the females and it was when there was a lull in the division as well. They said, why is it that they all seem to just not get along?" And then I can't remember who it was. Somebody said, "Oh yeah, but they're women. Women just don't get along. Therefore, they're all bad guys." I was like, "Oh my god!"
You know what the fuck? The terrible thing about that as well is because you know how women tend to sync up. Could you imagine that one day?
How amazing it'd be if every third or fourth Raw, they were like the fourth Raw of every month leading the pay-per-view was really horrible.
They bring not even that, they're just really good, and all they do is they put them all in a cage match, and they get Joey Styles on commentary just to be like, for like a million hours. Oh my god! Like that would be. We are so going to hell. I'm sorry, all of our female fans. We're just assholes.
Oh, why not?
I'm sorry.
Again, sorry, Leah.
Sorry, Leah. But Sasha's back. Obviously, she's taking claim at the title.
Yes.
Paige is on her side. I swear, and now I guess for the next 6 weeks until Battleground, we're going to get Paige and Dana Brooke. Paige and Sasha versus Dana Brooke and Charlotte because Ric Flair's too old to be on the road. So we're going to just put those two in.
Sad.
And Natty's going to join the Blonde Club, and that's going to be a thing. And then I'm going to be sad because they're going to make Blonde Club T-shirts where instead of the skull, we're going to have like a blonde wig hanging off the side.
Well, this is the thing that apparently Paige was arrested.
So let's talk about Paige's arrested.
And we were talking about it on the page. Leah put up something about it, and it was like, it seemed like it would be something from
Swerve or
Swerve.
But it's been confirmed that it is not.
It is not. Her mum had no idea. Her mum said she's there tonight, so she's fine. But and we only just found this out before we started recording earlier. Reports where she was sent to a local medical facility, Sunrise Hospital, for a mental evaluation, often referred to as a Legal 2000 in the US, which allows authorities to detain somebody who may danger themselves or others, but she was not arrested. And that's why there's her being handcuffed to protect herself and put into an ambulance, which everyone was like, that doesn't make any sense. But it seems to be like,
which is great.
Look,
and I really like Crazy Girls.
If those guys, righto, punk. So if those guys were to break up, though, the puppy tattoo.
Oh Jesus Christ!
So ever since she got that, everyone knows that You know what she
Yeah.
does in the bedroom, you know, like, oh, papi, you know? Oh,
I bet he
let's
loves-
move on. Move on, straight
Because
away
he's
before we
fucking
get-
old enough to be a dad.
Oh.
Unless there's like a big swerve, it's like, Paige, I am your father, and that would
What
be
was the
awesome.
joke I made in the group? Wasn't like that awkward moment, oh no, the swerve when fucking Bray Wyatt or something was papi? I was just
She is Sister Abigail. That'd be awesome.
yeah, that's right, because we were talking
Yeah.
about her being potentially Sister Abigail,
Yeah.
and I said when Bray Wyatt is Papi. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, massive troll. So, next thing, Cena Styles, the progression of the feud.
Pero style?
What is that?
Pero
Pero.
That's Pero is dog.
Give
Pero style?
It to me, pedals.
Oh, Titus O'Neil sitting in the bedroom.
Jesus. Nobody can do it.
Alright, stop. So, Cena and Styles, the progression of the feud. Look, wasn't that not, like, have you ever seen, like, a balloon just go down?
Come
So
on,
quick.
I actually enjoyed it.
No, I did enjoy it.
I
but-
thought it was
See?
fun.
See?
But,
He's like...
but the match and like
Dude, Anderson versus Cena.
it didn't.
Anderson Cena really frustrated me.
But it
was
didn't. Like the whole
dude.
thing was just. It felt like a massive letdown. It should have been like AJ coming out like doing the whole Rollins thing. Like I beat you. Like
Yeah.
when Rollins had J
I
and
want you
J
guys to
interrupt.
apologize.
Yeah,
that was good. I
it's-
like
it's
that. I was like,
yeah.
I liked that. That
I'm
was good.
sorry.
Yeah, it's like, I love when
Team
he's like.
America, when he's like, intelligence, that was bad intelligence. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I liked the whole. My favorite part about that was like when Carl Anderson, who's supposed to hate John Cena, was just like, "Yo, man, look, I'm sorry,
I'm sorry, man.
I got you next time, but I'm just saying real quick, like he signed I didn't sign a contract. I didn't sign a contract.
Is
But
that,
like,
is that Carl Anderson?
no, that's just me being a fucking bald white guy. Like he signed a contract. I didn't sign, but I'm sorry, man. Like I'm sorry. I love you. You know, like I was
Why do
just.
you sound like Forrest
I
Gump?
don't.
Wait, have you ever seen Forrest Gump?
Man.
Yeah, did we watch the same movie? Oh god damn it. Don't do it. But look, I liked the whole I'm sorry thing. But
Yeah.
it made me so angry because I was hoping that Cena came in to the ring
Yeah.
and they did the whole like, oh, look, I'm sorry, man to man, I'll shake your hand. They weren't supposed to do that. I told them to stay out of this. I'd signed the contract, rah. And then he just shakes his hand, and then the same thing as last time. They just all jump on him and pound him. Because then there was no need for Carl Anderson and Cena to have a match at all.
I agree.
Because like who the fuck is AJ? Yeah, is AJ a general manager now? Yeah, like I'm making a match right now. You know, like who the
Yeah.
fuck are you?
It
I
would have
don't
been
care.
great. What you're saying is true. Like, he should have just said, look, man to man, I apologise. He's like, I didn't ask these guys to get involved. I signed the contract, and I want to have a rematch at Battleground to prove who's better.
Inside a
Puts his
steel
hand out,
cage.
Puts his
Boom.
hand,
Yeah.
puts his hand out, shake his hand, says, man to man, I mean it. I'm sorry. These are my friends. They had no right doing that.
Yep.
But man to man, I'm sorry. Shakes his hand,
And then
as he
that
shakes his hand,
all familiar
Cena
smirk
goes, no
comes on.
worries.
Yeah.
and then he just fucking drops him.
him.
Stand on the spot, bang, they get
But
into another
it's
one.
like they're
Because-
really kind of half heel telling him. Like
Yeah.
he's a heel, obviously, but
I-
really half.
one
Like they're seeing
thing-
it full fledged.
One thing I liked so far with this feud though is what they haven't done is they haven't Roman Reigns did where Reigns took out the club by himself.
Yeah.
They haven't done that with John Cena, and I like that because it gives the club that edge that they should have had from the start.
Yes. they
When
were
Roman
dangerous.
Reigns takes out someone like the Bullet Club
Yes.
by himself, that instantly puts him on the same level as AJ Styles.
Yes. That's
That's not a thing. I'm sorry, Roman Reigns, you're a little teapot. Like, you can fuck right off with that bullshit. Yeah, we all saw the fucking video. And look, you can't book people like that. I think that to have, this, you know, even in any situation, like, it's almost like Cena and Nexus all over again. Like, that better fucking not happen with the club.
Less Nexus,
It's
more
happening.
Shield. Like that Shield dominance.
It's
Shut up, I'll bottle you. Okay, so next up, and speaking of Reigns, the fucking annoyance is Reigns and Rollins 2. Which we got for free. We didn't have to pay for it.
Great.
It's like a hand shandy in the back
Oh.
alley.
Well,
I like how they
technically,
said-
you'd have to pay for it this time because if you're on the network, yeah, you're paying for it. But you have to
I-
pay more to watch it on Raw because you're Australian.
I just love how they said a match worthy of a WrestleMania.
They keep
main
doing
event.
this. Why do they keep saying, "Oh, it's a main event, WrestleMania main event
WrestleMania
for
main
free"?
event worthy.
Fucking give it to us,
And
WrestleMania
then
cockheads.
WrestleMania
Stop making
main
it.
event
Yeah,
worthy.
oh.
and we're going to give it to you on Money in the Bank, but then we're going to give it to you again on Raw. No.
Makes no sense.
I understand if they did that with Rusev and Titus, because no one cares about Rusev and Titus.
That's the main
But
event.
Rollins versus Reigns, people care about. Why would you give it to us 2 consecutive nights and then the second night for free?
Look, okay.
Does that make sense?
Speaking of Reigns,
No
though,
sense.
I have 100% confirmed that he watches our podcast. And I'll tell you how
No,
I
because he
know.
still wrestles like a fucking idiot.
No.
So obviously he doesn't.
I'll tell you how I know, because if you remember a while back when he first did the Razor's Edge into a
Yes.
sit-down powerbomb, I said that should be his finisher, and he should still continue to use that
Yeah.
as his finisher. And once again at Money Back, we saw it as used as a finisher.
Yeah.
Look, Roman, look, we don't hate you, we hate your character.
No, I hate you. You're a fucking asshole. So fuck off.
So Mike will see you at Supernova Brisbane for a match at AWS. But I'm just saying right now, like, you're a big scary Samoan, like you go alright in ring, but everything else
You
fucking,
go alright.
You suck. Like, I'll teach you to cut a promo and a character building, but like realistically, I think
Fight
that
you for this.
yeah, okay, yeah, let's do it. But no, when it comes down to it, Roman Reigns, Rollins too, yeah, they gave it away for free. But I liked that. I liked how they got into the triple threat. I liked how Ambrose came out and
Felt natural.
fitting his character was just like, I'll find you both. You know, like,
Yeah.
fuck it, that fits his character. It's the same
Absolutely.
way as cashing in the Money in the Bank on the night.
Yeah.
Like, he
Did
would have
you
won
guys-
that. He would have been backstage
did
like.
you guys happen to see any after Money in the Bank? Did you guys see the post interviews after it?
No.
The match,
No.
or when he said how he
After-
feels about after winning the belt.
Correct.
No, I
No,
missed
I
it.
didn't.
I
Okay.
saw it, but I missed
So
it.
he comes out and he says he's saying it fucking Todd. He said we've already touched on
No,
it.
I loved.
Oh look, we're
Old spread legs
he
himself.
He comes out and he says
Oh, you know my ex.
he,
Sorry. Yeah.
he basically comes out and he says, look, it's taken me 2 years to get here. I've been working for blah blah years to get to this point, and now 2 years to get to this title. I want to thank all the people who helped me. He's like, not the fans, not this. The people, they know who they are.
Yeah.
They know who they are. It kind of would have been cool to be like, both Reigns and Ambrose came out to the ring, and they double turned, and then Rollins came out and turned into a face. It would have been a natural evolution, like the two faces turn into a heel, the heel turns into a face. Like, it would have been cool to watch. I get that the whole cash in and the whole I want a triple threat match suits his character, but I kind of don't. I still felt like Rollins came out looking more like the babyface.
But
Like,
just think about. I was just thinking this just then. Who are the top faces in the company right now? Like baby faces.
Rollins,
Cena.
Rollins and AJ.
No, not an AJ. Well, I mean proper faces. Cena,
Rollins.
Roller. Well, not even
Oh,
proper.
sorry. Cena.
Reigns,
Cena and
Reigns.
Ambrose and Reigns, yeah.
Ambrose. That's it.
Well, no,
That's-
Ambrose
that's-
isn't.
yeah.
Ambrose is supposed to be an anti-hero. He's supposed
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, true,
It's
true,
supposed
true,
to
yeah.
represent. This is how it's supposed to go: face, in between, heel.
Yeah,
So you got Rollins on the face, even though he's not.
yeah.
Reigns is the heel, even though he's not. And Ambrose sit in the middle. Like, because Ambrose
Well,
plays
Fuck
both.
this company.
Well, no,
Makes
but
no
see-
sense.
But Ambrose plays both. Like, you
Yeah.
remember when, like, Ambrose was going up during that massive feud they had when he put the green shit in the briefcase,
That
you know,
was
like,
awesome. Yeah.
yeah, which
I
is
think it's
hilarious.
meant to go
Yeah.
face, grey, heel, Ambrose.
Yeah.
No,
WWE sees this.
Ambrose
Sees
is
this
everywhere.
Grey.
Yeah.
I'm blind and I can't see. Like, there just seems to be nothing.
Yeah, like I think, look,
Grey
in
white.
the matter of that, at
Yeah.
the end of the day, like when it comes down to it, those three have always worked best together. But
Oh, yeah.
we've never seen the Shield triple threat, and it's been. And look, I'm annoyed that they gave away the promos for the Shield and the destruction of the Shield and all that for the feud in Money in the Bank.
That was
those-
meant to build suspense to who
those-
could win.
Those
Yeah.
should have stayed
SummerSlam,
up until
WrestleMania.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And I
Be-
believe
be
SummerSlam's
prepared.
after Battlegrounds, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
So-
be prepared to see the same promos for Battleground.
You're ready to see
again
the
for
same
Summers-
promos.
And then
for a
again for
while.
SummerSlam, because we are going to get it for SummerSlam.
I hope so.
I guarantee that match will end in some sort of shenanigans.
I hope,
and then
but
we'll see it at
I don't know why they
SummerSlam.
don't just like take out like, oh no, someone's like kayfabe injured and it's going to be a one-on-one and that's not fit. Like, Rollins makes out that Rollins was faking an injury or something, anything, just so they can say that moment where they're standing in the ring, the promos are done, the bell's ringing, and the crowd's waiting, and they're just fucking staring at each other like, all right, who's first? And that's that moment. More than the match, more than the finish, that's the moment I'm waiting for. Like that Rock Hogan moment at WrestleMania 18, like where they wait and everyone's like, yes, it's happening.
Well, okay,
Where
so
is Battleground? Does anyone know?
over there.
Fuck. No, I don't know. Because they announced SummerSlam and it was, I believe, New York.
SummerSlam's
think.
in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no idea. Well, I guess that basically brings us to it. I think, look, last talking point for me, Balor. When?
Never.
Where?
After Takeover. I've said
But isn't that the same?
week.
When's Takeover?
In Brooklyn. Takeover Brooklyn.
So Takeover Brooklyn.
Don't be
so same day as
surprised.
SummerSlam.
If you
Wow.
don't be surprised to see Balor on SummerSlam the night after
Yeah.
Takeover Brooklyn.
There's,
I think that what will happen is the Club and Cena will carry their feud into SummerSlam, and Balor will debut to help Cena.
what
That's
will
what happen.
if we can just ask the question, where does the eventual loser of the triple threat go? And I say loser, not in the one who loses, like, whatever.
You mean Reigns?
No, well,
Okay.
whoever doesn't get, like, because look at how they've always dealt with it. Somebody will come in, like, well, that's the thing. What if it's not, because I would think that might be how they set up.
Reigns goes
SummerSlam.
back to the upper mid card where he belongs. So, like, going back to how they did it. So Reigns has a claim saying that Ambrose didn't pin me for the title, therefore I shall have a shot. Go for it. So they say that like Reigns didn't pin Ambrose, therefore so Reigns still has an opportunity.
Yeah.
And then Rollins goes, Reigns hasn't beaten me for the title, therefore that's how I start the claim. So that's how the Shield triple threat works, which I like.
Yes.
But when it comes down to who goes where, I think that at Battleground on that triple threat, Ambrose retains.
Yes. Okay. Yep.
Rollins turns face.
Yep.
Reigns turns heel,
Yeah.
and I think the way it works is Reigns just continually beats to the point where he's beating on Ambrose real bad, to the point where the ref is counting and he gets to 4, and then you know how when refs get to 4, they go,
Stop
"You
it."
need to stop."
Yeah.
He keeps going, and Rollins is like, "Oh my god, he's going to disqualify him." Makes the save.
Yeah.
That's where, and everyone go, "It was for the title. It was for the title." But Rollins gets up in his face and is like, "What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Why?
Yes.
Why are you do? This is our brother. Like, yeah, we've had this, but
That's probably the best way they could do it.
and that's how they could do the face turn and the heel turn. And then Rollins is like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And Reigns just goes Superman punch.
Yeah.
Goes for the pin, and that's when Ambrose comes in and throws Reigns out. And that's when I guess you can kind of have like Rollins and Ambrose kind of look at each other like, all right, cool.
All right, yeah,
and then they start going at it. Then Reigns gets back in. They don't team up on him, but
there's
it's
understanding.
there's
Yes.
there's that standard thing. Did you hear all that?
I can hear.
Okay, cool. But so and I think that's how it would work, and I think it's a very good idea to do it that way because that's how I would do that double turn.
Yeah.
Because we've already seen this side of Reigns where he's not breaking clean. He's pushing it to the 4 count.
Like face,
he's-
face washing and
like
stuff.
you
Yeah.
look at that match that they had at Money in the Bank. The repeated clotheslines, the repeated forearms, like realistically, we've seen all that, and Reigns doesn't have a flashy moveset, which is what you would normally, associate with faces.
Yeah.
So, like when it comes down to it, Reigns, that's how I would do that particular turn, and I think it makes sense to do so because Ambrose has always been, because to be honest, he was the leader of the Shield. Let's just say it right now, openly, he was the leader of the Shield.
You know what?
Ambrose.
I actually
Yeah.
He was standing in the center
constantly.
constantly. He was the forefront man. He had the individual title, whereas Rollins and Reigns held the tag team titles.
I'm actually going to agree with that. I said the whole time.
It makes sense.
When they were together, I actually felt like Ambrose was the leader. And when
he was the last to get the world title.
Well, when Rollins turned heel and he backstabbed him, when they kept saying the architect, I was like, well, wait a minute. I was like, Ambrose has clearly been the leader this whole time. Like he He won the singles title.
Yep.
He does the majority of the talking in the promos. Like, I felt like Ambrose was the guy, but it was amazing how much Rollins developed once they broke
And
up.
I think that was the thing that set it
That's
off.
what set it off. Yeah.
How far he came by himself, and it's like, oh wow, this is the guy. Yeah.
Well, okay, I think that's pretty much us.
I think we just have to have a nap.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was going to touch on, if anyone hasn't seen AJ on the Stone Cold podcast,
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, check it
Check
out.
it out tonight.
Look, if you think that it was hard to hate AJ as it was, you're going to find it a lot harder after you watch that podcast. He touches on some pretty sensitive shit, like he says his old man used to beat him, he was a bit of an alcoholic.
Trigger warning.
He says some shit like that really makes you feel sympathetic towards him. It's very hard to boo a guy when you know what kind of upbringing he's had like that. But look, I highly recommend watching it. It makes that whole brass ring speech that Vince McMahon said a year or so back in relation to the whole, people just aren't grabbing the brass ring like they used to. It makes you think like AJ is really trying hard to grab it. So props to
And he
him.
will. He will.
You
He
gotta
will
watch,
win
you
that
gotta
title.
watch it. It's one that I highly recommend because I heard AJ on Jericho's podcast about 6 months ago when AJ first debuted, and they were talking about their build to Mania and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But this was much more in depth, more personal, it was like a veteran in Stone Cold, a guy who'd lived it all before, giving advice to another veteran that had lived it all but had never been where he is now.
Yes, it's in a new position.
It was really, really interesting to see, really cool dynamic. Highly recommend it. It was really awesome.
Mike, anything final? All right. So, all right. Well, I've been Nick.
Geordie.
Mike.
And well, do you want to redo that?
Mike.
There you go. Still sound exactly the same. And we'll see you guys in next week for the next Raw and SmackDown. There's bunny ears on me. And you'll probably see some interviews and stuff. If anyone's heading out to the IWA, I should probably be there. There we go. We have that. Fucking we're a bunch of losers. Alright guys, thanks for watching and we will see you next time. And now we just do stuff until Leah fades out.